So it was summer 2008, and I was at a summer camp, and there was this girl that I really, really liked, and I wanted to do everything I could to impress her before I left. So I thought, I might as well play her a song on the guitar. That's what I can do best. So the final night came, and I was looking for a guitar. I didn't bring my own, and the only one I found was this very old guitar with old rusted strings. And I thought, well, it's better than nothing, she'll appreciate it. So I got the guitar. I woke up around 3 a.m. on the last night, walked down to her cabin, and I stood right by her window where I know she was sleeping. And I gave her a little knock. I stood outside, propped my foot up on the rock. I was all ready, I wanted to go from the first chord, and it was the most awful sound I'd ever heard. The guitar was out of tune, the strings were dull. And I looked at her face, and her face went from delighted to disgusted in like 0 seconds flat. It was the most depressing night of my life. My night was ruined, my whole camp was ruined. Maybe not my whole camp, but definitely put a damper on things. When you have a guitar that's out of tune or it has old strings, it doesn't sound like it should. Old strings retain a lot of dirt and oil from your fingers, and it'll start sounding dull, depending on how much you play it. And inevitably, the strings start rusting within about 6 months, or less, depending on how humid it is outside. But Matt Bain from GTDD.com states in his May 2011 article that an untuned guitar, even if you're playing what you should be playing, it will not sound how it should sound. So, today I'll demonstrate how to successfully remove, replace, and retune guitar strings. First, I'll show you how to remove a string by untuning it and removing the peg on the bridge. Second, I'll show you how to replace the string by replacing the string and putting the pin back on, putting it back on the head. And third, I'll show you how to retune it to its proper pitch. So, to remove a string, these are your tuners right here, and you have this tool right here. This goes on the end of the tuner, put it like so, and you want to turn it until you see the string start to loosen. In this case, it's going to be clockwise. And you just want to tune it until it gets loose enough so you can unravel it. The first guitars were thought to have been invented around 4,000 years ago. They're traced back to Central Asia, primarily India, a very, very old relatively guitar. So there you go. It's loose enough to unravel, and you want to be careful because they can be sharp. Just want to pull it out. There you go, now it's loose on one end. And right here on the bridge, it's being held in by this peg. So then you want to grab your pliers, and it should come right out. Might be a little difficult. There you go. Kind of reminds me of a tooth in the root. Just some dentures here. Then this should come right out. And if you look at your string, on one end, it just tapers off to nothing. On the end that goes on the bridge, it ends in a little loop. And this will be the same on acoustic and electric guitar strings. And the purpose is for, at least for this acoustic, when you put it in and you put the peg in, it'll kind of support it. So, you successfully remove the string. And I removed the E string, which I already replaced yesterday. But I will be putting on, you're going to want to look at your pack of strings, and it should have a little guide on the back which says the E string, the 6th string, which is the biggest string. It's going to be a gauge of 0.56. I accidentally removed the E string, I meant to remove the A string. On the A string right here, it's 0.45. So you're going to want to take it out of your packaging. It's going to come wound up like this. And you're going to want to slowly unwind it and keep it away from your face because it has the tendency to go right for your eyes. So, there you go. Now you're going to bring it back around. Have my good old B string. Okay. So you're going to put the part of the ring into the hole. And the peg's got a little groove on it. And the groove's gonna be one. You're gonna want to have the groove facing up. Sink it in, and press it. should stay. This guitar's a little bit old, so it's starting to come off. You're going to guide it up to the top. And the biggest three keys of the guitar, on this acoustic anyways, is it's got 3 tuning pegs on the left and 3 on the right. The ones on the left, you're going to want the string coming up on the right side. So you're going to want to wind it 3 times. It's kind of hard because I already used this one. And you're going to want to stick it through the other end. You grab your pliers and pull it. You're get it nice and tight. And you're going to have a pretty loose string at first. And that's not a problem. You could get your little tool to speed things up, or you could just do it by hand, whatever you choose. But you're going to start one at a time again. And you're not going to hear anything at first. But you're going to basically want to tighten it with this until you start hearing some sort of a pitch. Keep going, and right now it's really loose, and you're going to hear it as you're tightening it. It's going to get a little bit tighter, and then it might spring back to where it was. It might get really loose. And that's fine, it's just a string kind of, settling up right here. That's going to happen, and see, now you're hearing sort of a tone. And our peg's coming out here. So you're going to kind of want to tune it until you hear some sort of tone. And at that point, you've already successfully put on your string. So if you want to replace all your strings, you're going to repeat all those processes for every string. In this case, I only wanted to change one string. So once you have a sort of top string, you're going to want to get your chromatic tuner and you're ready to tune your guitar. So a guitar, from the lowest to highest string, it's tuned E, A, D, G, B, and high E. So you're going to want to start with the lowest string, or whichever one, it doesn't really matter. Get your tuner, turn it on, and it'll have like a little needle that goes left to right. And when I play a note, it'll show the note right here. It's probably not at an E right now. So this tuner, if you press the sound button, there's your E. So you're going to want to match it. There you go, you can do that. And then to fine tune it, you use that needle, you strum it, and you'll see it go left and right. You want to get it right in the middle. If it's to the left, it means it's too flat. And if it's to the right, it means it's too sharp. So you're going to want to go and repeat this process with all the strings. So that would be E, with your A string, it's a little sharp. It's a D string. The word guitar is traced back ultimately to the Persian word tar. And the Persian word tar means string. And guitars didn't originate in Persia, which is kind of a controversy. People wonder why the name kind of came from there. So once you have your tuned guitar, you're ready to play. And it might take a little while with new strings because, like I said, it's going to take a while for them to settle. One thing you could do to speed up the process is you got your new string right here, and you're going to pull it, and you're going to notice it kind of goes out of tune. So you're going to want to tune it back, and you're going to want to repeat that, and that'll speed up that process of kind of breaking in the strings. So like this is also a new string. And it'll kind of go down a little bit. But then just go. And like I said, it'll take a while to get your strings broken in. But once you do, you'll have a tuning guitar with crisp new strings. And you're ready to play. So today I showed you how to successfully and safely remove strings. I showed you how to do that by removing or untuning the guitar and removing the peg. I then showed you how to replace the string by replacing the string, the peg, and winding it up at the top. And then I showed you how to tune your guitar. And take my story as an example, and make sure you have a tuned guitar, and so you can get that girl, and not make a fool of yourself. And happy playing. Thank you.